A country which has in a way had to reinvent itself like we did after fall of Ceausescu. In all this process there were a lot of stories which I think they are still interested to be told. Of course, if you ask the Romanian spectators, they are avoiding all this kind of going into the past. They all are trying to avoid, and they don't want to remember, especially this 20 years, but also the years before. But I think we as filmmakers, I feel the need to tell more about all these intimate details of let's call it modernization of a society, or all this process of transition, which I found it very interesting and very, in a way, very fragile.
Mă băieți, noi toți împreună putem salva uzina asta.
On est bien d'accord, l'usine ferme.
Ah, pas de problème, je m'en fous de tout.
E o clinică americană care cumpără sperma cu $50 bucată.
Cine ne cumpără nouă așa ceva?
Such a film about the early years of capitalism in Romania could not be done in this manner like 20 years ago, for example. I think we needed a bit of a time to reassess our perspective, to look at it, at all this process with a bit of a nostalgic irony, with a bit of a, in a way, seriousness, which at that time we did not have. And for me, all these years, right after fall of communism, so we were talking about 90, 91, 92, 93, it was an epoch full of naivety, full of idealism, which now is not existing anymore. I think now I'm here in Warsaw, and Warsaw is not the same as it was when I came first here. It was 97, I think, or 98. Bucharest is not the same, and I think we lost a sort of a virginity of this chaotic reconstruction of our societies. I think we lost that special charisma and chaos in a way which was brought with all these new start. One of the major issues which I had related to the story, and also I thought a lot with my scriptwriter, with Ionuț Stăianu, we thought that it would be very difficult for the audience, and especially for the women audience, that if they see a film where the main hero, the protagonist, is starting the film as being a cheater, as being a lover, as being like a Don Juan, and actually he's having a double life as a family father, as somebody which is very much in care about the family and about the kid, but also he's having this relationship with women and so on. This character could have been very well perceived as not likable guy. And you know, if you want to do a film with wanting that the public should care about your hero, about your protagonist, and this is not a likable guy and the people would have hated to look, I think this would have been very difficult to cope. So we thought about really a sort of a, I won't say redemption, but I think we tried to balance, it's right, and we tried also to offer some moments of let's say, the French are having a nice word, like it's called faiblesse, moments of weakness for this main hero. Because I think men, even though we talk about powerful men, I talk also about my own experience, I think men should have their own moments of when you are lonely, when you cry, and you don't have to run out of this. And I think it makes you sometimes more powerful as a man if you have this thing. So for me, one of the most important scenes in the film were when this main character is having really some important moments. He suffers, he lost his wife, he lost the child, at least temporarily, and he's really trying to fight, but he don't know how to start and what to do it. As well as we talk about balancing, it was difficult for me to deal with this man-woman, like husband and wife situation, when you see by the end of the film that the wife actually, by surprise, was cheating her husband. And this was, I think, somehow interesting to to see that sometimes in relationships, of course, women can be, let's say, not sincere about things, and men can have their own moments of weakness and their own moments of being lonely and being in a way abandoned, even and innocence in a way. And I really liked to play with this in a way reverse cliche of how the couples are being seen in the film, or how the men and women are in most of the films.
Nu, dar nu ți-e rușine? Băi, ce crezi că dacă m-am culcat cu tine că mi-a plăcut, acum crezi că mi-a dat cu toată lumea sau ce?
Tu veux venir avec moi en France? Comment ça va se passer avec les ouvriers? Hein?
Zici că te duci la Paris, hă?
I tried to look with a certain compassion to my characters, but I tried also to be, in a way, very tender with the group of workers. And some critics in Romania observed that, in fact, it's kind of a very first film after many, many years where the working class is being perceived with tenderness and with sensibility and with sympathy. Because I think we lost this feeling in the last, let's say, 20 years.
Cel mai bine se vinde la ora actuală sperma de student danez.
Most of the let's say, of the things or details related to the characters were coming from the script. So even the French characters were there with their good and bad sides. And actually the co-production structure did not interfere too much, because I hate all these stupid, Euro pudding type of co-productions when you need to take, for example, I've seen a Serbian film where it was a German actor which was playing a mute character just because, he could not speak Serbian and he had just to be there to please the German funding, all these stupid things. So my co-producer gave me this good advice of having these two great actors, Jean-François Stevenin and Robinson Stevenin, because they are great. They are father and son in real life, but they did not play together at all. So it was really great to have them on screen.